What's up guys, Jeeves back here with another video. I've been waiting to do this video for a long time. Really it's been too long, but I'm just getting to it now. And that is today we are going to be taking the Focus ST to CarMax to see how much it's worth. Or maybe to see how much it's depreciated. I guess they're the same thing. So the couple of things that we're going to be finding out today are how much has it depreciated? Have the modifications that I put on the car made it depreciate even faster? Are they even going to notice the mods? Are they going to ask about the exhaust and all that stuff? And will it even matter that it's a Ford performance part and not something else from the aftermarket? The other thing we're going to find out is what about the wear and tear on the vehicle? For example, like I've mentioned a couple times, on the hood of the car there's a couple chips. Well, not a couple, it's a decent amount. And then on the front bumper of the car there's some wear and tear just from how rough the roads are out here with all the debris that comes up. So how is that going to affect the value of the car? I've also had one of the wheels repainted. So is that going to be something that they point out as a reason that they didn't value it as high as maybe I think it should be as valued as? So I have a number in mind. Put in the comments below what you guys think that number will be. I will reveal obviously what I'm thinking right before I reveal what CarMax offers me for the car. Now I have been to CarMax in the past. I took my Civic Si there before I got the Focus ST. Just I wanted to see what a fair market value would be, because CarMax does it to the point where they could take it to the auction and sell it at that, just so they're not putting a ton of risk on their end. Whereas when I went to the dealership, CarMax offered me $10,000 even for my Civic Si, and the dealership ended up giving me $11,000 for my car. So I think the dealership, if you're buying a car from them, they're going to always do what they can to get you to buy it from them and bump the price up on your trade. But CarMax has always been a pretty fair value, and that's been set across the board, because no matter if you go to the CarMax here in Arizona or if you go to one in Kentucky or Pennsylvania or California, it's going to be pretty consistent across the board, because they have such a wide reach across the nation to be able to price these cars, sell them, and get them out there. Because if I'm searching here for a car, I could be finding a car in Connecticut or wherever. So that's kind of what we're looking to do today. So I have done a little bit of research before I'm taking it to CarMax, and that was on Kelley Blue Book. I went and I listed out all the specs and did all that kind of stuff, and I think what their offering was between $15,500 and like $18,500 that I could possibly get for this on a trade. Now that's all going to vary based on region, location. Are you in a place that snows? Cars with all-wheel drive will sell for more. There's all kinds of stuff that factors into that, but that's what Kelley Blue Book offered. So I will tell you this, that my guess falls within that range. So with that all said, I think all that's left to do is take this to CarMax. Now, from what I remember, it's about a 45-minute to an hour process. They go through all their checks and balances and their rules. I'm not going to film any of that. I'm just going to give you kind of the end result, and we'll walk through it together, just because I think there's legal reasons. Like, I know Stradman has done this before, and he's had to call like the regional manager to get clearance to be able to do that. I don't want to go through all that stuff, because really that part of the video doesn't bring you any value. It's just, I'll let you know how that goes, and we will have a value afterwards. And I might even go to a couple other dealerships and look at some cars. I think they have a Subaru Type RA over there, and I kind of want to take a look at that. So let's head over to CarMax and see what they offer. All right, so the process is complete. Now, since I've last gone there, they've actually made some good improvements as far as getting an appraisal. It only took about 10 to 15 minutes once the process was started. When I last went there, it took about 45 minutes, and I even was talking to the girl there, and she was like, yeah, they've improved it a lot. So that was kind of cool. It was a nice, quick process. The sales lady was very nice. She didn't pressure me into buying in another car. She knew I was just there to get an appraisal. So I commend CarMax for being straightforward like that. I told them this is what I want to do. That's what they did for me. What did they offer? Well, let's go through what were some downsides of the car. There was some wear and tear on the hood, like I said, with there's a couple chips in the bumper, so that was something that they did note that probably hurt the value a little bit. There's some door dings on the well, there's door dings on the car, which I need to get fixed, and I am going to get those fixed. But those, other than that, that was the only thing they noted. because it was a Ford Performance exhaust and Ford Performance tune, they didn't mark me off for that at all. That was totally fine. So it's basically like the car was stock being sold to them. Random dude hiding behind a tree there. What is the car worth? Now, I said it would be between $15,500 and $18,000 some dollars based on Kelley Blue Book value. My guess was they would have offered me $15,500 for my car, which really makes me want to throw up all over myself and never buy a car again, because that's basically a 50% depreciation from what I paid for the car. I paid $29,300, but the out-the-door cost with taxes, title, license, all that stuff brings it up to about $31,000, which is sticker. So what did they offer me? They offered me, fold this up here, $16,000. $16,000! The cars are great investments. If I were to tell you one thing to invest in, it'd be a car, because it depreciates at 50%. But yeah, $16,000 is what they're gonna offer me for my Focus ST. I mean, honestly, I think it appreciated. It's worth at least 40. Obviously I'm kidding, but just kind of interesting to get that result. 16! Now, if I were to sell this on my own, I'm pretty sure that I could get between, I think on the highest end of what I could get for this car would be about $22,000. If I were to sell it on my own to the right buyer, to someone who's like, okay, it has this exhaust, it has this tune, it has the, you know, the things that I've done to it are tasteful and not over the top. So there's a lot of people that would appreciate the way it's been taken care of and maintained. Plus having all the factory service records, maintenance, all that kind of stuff. So it has a value to other people where the dealerships don't see it. And really, if I went into a dealership, I think I would even get a little bit more for it, just like the example I gave earlier in the video on my Civic Si. So that is what it's worth. How about that? $16,000. Jeez, that's bad. That's why you do not invest in cars and say they're going to appreciate in value, because they almost never do. I was looking at the M2 not too long ago, and you know, obviously the M2 is going to hold its value better than a Focus ST would because of the straight six. It's a reliable engine. There's a lot of reasons, but it would hold its value. So, but obviously over time it's going to depreciate as you put miles on it, wear and tear, all that stuff. It's a car. It's going to depreciate. So he was like, the guy at the BMW dealership's like, just put it in the third. What's wrong with it? Sometimes I forget what gear I'm in and just start throwing it in gears. So he goes, yeah, you know, really, you own this car for 3-4 years, you'll probably break even on it. I'm like, are you out of your damn mind? I'm gonna break even on this car? No, I'm gonna lose $10,000-$15,000. So it's just kind of funny. They always like to plant those little seeds. Yeah, you'll break even on this one. Yeah, good one. But the nice thing is I own this car. I paid it off. I won't be losing any more in interest or anything like that. Right now, I'm sorry to be stalling. Right now, I'm going to head over to the Porsche dealership, just kind of take a look at what they have. And I'm also going to go to the Subaru dealership and take a look at if they have any of those RAs, because I really want to see one. They're extremely rare. If they have an STI or the STI, there's only 500 of them, and then the BRZ type RA, I don't know how many of those were made, but not a lot. So kind of want to see those. I'll bring the camera so we can take a look together. But $16,000, that's what it is. So I just got out of the Porsche dealership. Obviously I'm still here. Yeah, I got a long way to go before I'm signing a check for one of these. Oh my God. I mean, this is just this is a 718 right here. $82,000. $82,000 for the entry level. Well, really the entry level would be a Macan, which those are 47. You can probably get one in the low to mid 40s, but oh my God, beautiful cars. Really the reason I like to go to these places a lot of the time is just to get myself motivated. Like, this is why I work my ass off during the week, because cars are what I enjoy, and this would be the end goal. But let's go over to Subaru, something a little more affordable and see what they have. So I just got done talking to my buddy Morgan in there, and he tried to sell me, and here's the TS by the way, but I was gonna buy an STI off of him years ago. One of the best, nicest sales guys I've ever met in my life. And I felt bad not buying from him. This spoiler is absolutely ridiculous. There's the carbon fiber across here. Obviously the STI upgraded wheels. The interior is beautiful. These are about $35,000 depending on if they have clear bra and whatnot. But there it is side by side with the other ones. There's a performance pack one. This is the regular limited. And then this one is the TS, the limited production one. They have a whole lineup here, but that spoiler is absolutely ridiculous. But what I was saying about Morgan, the sales rep here and this is what is this? This is the Subaru Superstore out in Chandler, Arizona. And if you're looking to buy a Subaru, these are the guys to go to. Look, I didn't even buy off of them. I have no association with them. But the fact that I just went up to, I said, "Hey Morgan, how you doing?" He said, "Good." Like, we just had a nice conversation, and I would love to have a relationship with that sales guy because he was very transparent with me throughout the whole process. When I'm selling to my customers, I'm always just transparent with them. I let them know what's going on, and that's such an important part of sales. So I felt bad. I'm actually happy I got to see him again because I responded to him and said, "Hey, wasn't it, I'm ended up buying a Ford. I really appreciate." He didn't respond back, so I thought maybe he was pissed or something, but maybe he just didn't see it or just deleted it and on to the next sale. I don't know. Good guy. It's a shame I wasn't able to buy off of him, but how about the TS? That spoiler, if you haven't seen one in real life, that spoiler is like 2 feet off of the car. It's huge. They didn't have an RA in there, but he sold a white RA, which is the STI, so I had it confused. It's not the BRZ RA, it's the BRZ TS. But he sold one. He sold it for $53,000, so that is just insane for a Subaru. But at the same time, if you don't drive that, low mileage, whatever, that's going to be worth basically the same thing in 5 to 10 years. So it's not the worst investment. It's not like buying this car, which depreciates 50% by dealer standards in less than 3 years. But that's what Fords do, unfortunately. Still a very fun car to drive, and again, that's the dealership value compared to what I could get in private sale, which is what I would, if I ended up selling this, I would sell it private sale, and I would let it take as long as it needed to because I wouldn't be in a rush to sell it. It's not worth the money that I would lose to just rush to sell it. The other thing you need to consider when you're trading your car is the fact that there are tax savings. Unless you live in Montana, there's no tax on cars up there, but basically what that means is you pay tax on the difference. So if this car is worth $16,000 and I want to buy a car that's $30,000, I wouldn't pay taxes on $30,000. I'd pay taxes on the difference, which is $14,000. So that would save you what, $1,000, $2,000, depending on your tax percentage wherever you live. So that's something to consider as well. So maybe the dealer is going to give me $16,000, but really they're giving me like almost $18,000 because of the tax savings. Out here, taxes on cars is 7.8%, which is pretty high. My buddy who's in DC, I think it's 6-point-something%, which is much lower. Pennsylvania, I know, is lower. So it varies across the U.S. You kind of have to do your research on your own to figure out what it is locally. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. We got to see some cool cars. We got motivated by looking at Porsches. We saw some limited edition Subarus, and we saw how much my Focus ST has depreciated since I purchased it. So if you like that content, go ahead and like the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed. We're so close to 10,000 subscribers, and I think I'm gonna put 6 videos out this week. I'm just gonna put in the work, get it done. And I hope you all appreciate the videos. I appreciate all the kind messages you send me from all over the world. I've been getting messages, thanks for all your ST videos. I just purchased one. There's been a lot of that going on lately. Happy you guys are enjoying the car. Happy you guys are enjoying the videos. And I am going to be set a meet up soon. Probably we're thinking end of July. It's going to be on a Saturday, and we're going to drive up to the Scottsdale Pavilions meet. So I think that'll be cool to have a crew to go with up to the meet. I've been there a couple times. If you go back in my videos, you can check those out. But yeah, that's the plan. I'm going home to Pennsylvania from the 29th of this month, June, to July 9th. So I'm going to be playing golf, visiting with family, doing all that kind of stuff, and I will bring some videos to you as well. Thank you all so much for watching, and we will see you next time.